Hey guys, Taran here. Today I'm going to be going over battlefields and SWG restoration. I'm going to be going through the basics and the introductory things that you need to know as a new player trying to get into them. One of the first things that you're going to want to do when you try to get into battlefields is get into the Battlefield Discord. So we have an SWG restoration PvP Discord separate from the official Discord, and this is where the battlefields are organized out of. Within this server, we have all sorts of things like being able to pick your faction, picking your role of what your combat profession sort of does. We have channels for rebels and imperials to communicate. We have a sign-up channel. We have a channel right here for exports. You can see the exports after matches, and you can see our weekly export, which is a culmination of all the different exports from that week, as well as a few new stats that we've kind of included in there so that players can sort of gauge their progress. Alright guys, now that you've joined the Battlefield Discord, let me show you how to queue up for battlefields. So you're going to want to queue up as a group. You are not going to want to queue up solo because it might mess up any queues that are going on with other people. And it's very difficult for people to try and get in solo, so I would recommend doing it as a group. You need at least 4 people, 4 rebels or 4 imperials, but it can go anywhere up from 4 people to 16 people. Usually 8v8 is the ideal number, but again, anywhere between 4 and 16 people. What you're going to want to do to sign up for it is you're going to want to type /bat in your chat log, enter, give it a second. Once you do that, this comes up here, and you'll see there are 4 different battlefields: Massassi Isle, Jungle Warfare, Bunker Assault, and Data Runner. And you can see how many rebels are queued, how many imperials are queued, how many rebels have accepted the queue, and how many imperials have accepted the queue. Now what this all means is when there are at least 4 rebels and 4 imperials queued, then it's going to start accepting people into the match. So ideally what you need to do is you need to have your group of imperials. Let's say you have 8 imperials together in a group. You need to have them queue up as 8, and then you need to have a rebel group queue up as 8, so that they're both in there 8 and 8 for rebels queued and imperials queued. And then you're going to get a pop-up that says, would you like to go to this battlefield? And everybody in the group is going to hit yes. You're not going to want to press anything on your keyboard because this can get messed up very easily, but everyone in the group is going to hit yes, and then it should say ideally 8 rebels accepted and 8 imperials accepted. And then once that happens, you wait 2 minutes and then you get teleported to the battlefield. Once you all have accepted the queue and you make your way into the battlefield, you'll need to regroup with your party members and invite them back to your group as it disbands your group upon entering. Once you all regrouped and the battlefield begins, the battlefield is going to last 15 minutes, and you and the opposing team can either have chosen to go for a team deathmatch where both sides compete for who has the most kills, or you could try to play objectives. Each of the 4 battlefields has a different objective to it that makes them all very unique. After the battlefield is over, you'll see this pop up here. What this is the export, and it sorts by objectives completed, damage done, healing done, so on and so forth by player and faction. The last thing I'll talk about is where to spend your battlefield tokens. There are 2 places you go: Talus Imperial Outpost and Rory Rebel Outpost. Obviously these are dependent on your faction, Imperial and Rebel, and you go there, there's a person dressed in the battlefield armor of your faction. You go speak to them and you can exchange your tokens for armor, weapons, decorations, all sorts of cool rewards that I'm sure lots of people would love. That's all I have to say in my intro guide to battlefields, how to get started. Again, this is a beginner's guide, so not too much information. Don't want to overwhelm you with too much stuff about battlefields, but this is what you need to know in order to get into the matches themselves and start fighting other players. I'll make an intermediate and advanced guide eventually, but until then, I hope you guys have a great day and may the force be with you.